Jess, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a custom Mark 1 Golf GTI. So I found this one at a car boot fair. I think it was about 30 pence. It's not that great of a casting and it's not a Hot Wheels like I usually do, but I still think it will be a good car to do. So first I just drilled out the little screw on the bottom. This car only has one where Hot Wheels usually have two. So then I just get my little tool and I just pop that bottom piece off. So I try and take the glass out here, but I couldn't figure it out at first. It's because the like bit of plastic for the windshield like lips over the bonnet a little bit. So I just squeezed it and it did come out. So next I'm just switching the wheels. It did take us a minute to figure out how to actually get the wheels out of this, because obviously all I'm used to doing is Hot Wheels and this was a bit different, but I do figure it out eventually. So then once I'd figured it out, it was quite easy to just get the other side out. I wasn't too bothered about damaging the wheels here because I'm going to be totally replacing them. So these are the wheels that I did choose. They look slightly different here, but they do match. So as well as taking the wheels out, it took us a second to figure out how to get them actually back into the base of the car. So while I was doing this, I had the car sitting in paint stripper just to get all that old paint off. I then sanded it down off camera and sprayed it. If you do want to see how I do that in detail, I have shown it in my other videos. So now I'm just painting some details on the car. I use I think it's a 25mm liner brush. I feel like I find this the best to use with the model paints. So I'm just going around the grille and doing that red stripe all the way around. On this next part I did make a little bit of a mistake, but I just got a thicker brush and I dipped it in a little bit of acetone and I just cleaned off where I made the mistake. I did try using this little metal tool to scrape it off, but that didn't work. So I did just have to go back in and clean up all them edges. I wanted it to be a little bit more even. So then I just went in with some white model paint and I filled in the little headlights, and then I thought it was missing something, so I added some little spotlights either side. So then after that was dry, I went in with some clear gel on my little dabber tool, and I just went over just where I'd put the white for the headlights and the spotlights. I just feel like this gives it a better effect and makes it look like it's an actual bulb. So next I'm just going round the window on the boot just in black model paint that dries matte black, just to give it that look of the plastic that's on the actual Mark 1 Golf. So once that was all done, I just went in with the same liner brush with the same white paint I used on the headlights, just to do them reverse lights. I did have to go in and clean this up. It's quite hard to do. You don't realise when you're just watching it online, but then when you actually go to do it, you don't realise how small the car actually is. So next I'm just going in with some orange and red, the orange for the indicators, the red for the brake lights. So then after that I just went in with some clear gel just to seal it in and make sure that it's all nice and shiny. I just went over everything with that. So after that I decided to fill in the license plate. I just did it solid yellow with quite a pale yellow. So now, just for a bit of extra detail, I thought I would do the interior, and I was looking online at some Mark 1 Golf interiors, and I saw this one that had all black seats with 2 red stripes, like one either side. So I decided to do that because I thought it would be the easiest to do for how small this car is. So next I just decided to add some little details to the rest of the car. So all I did was just add a solid red line down each side of the car. This casting isn't that great, and on this side of the car the line was actually sticking out, but on the other side it was just like imprinted, so it was a lot harder to do on the other side. If you do want to get into doing castings, I would suggest getting these brushes. They are the best for doing any little pieces of art. I think I got them off Shein. I will link them in the description, and you get 5 brushes, all different sizes, and I think they worked out about £2. So next I just coloured the back windows in with a Sharpie just to give it that look like they were tinted, because I thought it would just make the car look a lot like cleaner and nicer. So now I'm just popping it back together just the same way I took it apart. I'm just making sure everything's lined up just before I glue it. So now I'm just gluing the car back together. I just glue it in the same place that I drilled the screw out at the start. So I'm just putting a little bit of super glue in there, and then I use this activator. I feel like it just works the best. So I'm just checking that it's all in line and glued in the right place here. So next, just sticking with the little red accents I've done on the car, I thought I would add a red sun strip. So this is just a little strip of red vinyl that I cut just to match the car. So once I've cut it round about the length I want it, I just peel the sticky off the back and I just stick it in place on the car. Once I've stuck that in place, I just go around the edges with my nail just to kind of get that shape that I want it. And then I go in with a razor blade. Be very careful if you are doing this at home. And I just go along the edges where I've just put the little groove in with my nail. So I noticed it was still a little bit stuck here, so I just went back in with the razor blade and made sure that everything was cut out. And then you just peel that excess off. I did notice, because the casting's quite bad, it wasn't even at the top, so I just had to go back in and cut round that. So now I'm just checking that it's all even and stuck on properly here. So this is the before, just a little reminder. And then this is the after. I think it looks like a completely different car. I think it looks really good. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please like and leave a comment of what car you think I should do next.